to have such a role.
For the full committee, Mr. Raskin from
Mr. Chairman, thank you. COVID-19 is the deadliest, most disruptive public health crisis we've seen in more than a century. It's already killed 1,129,573 Americans and remains the third leading cause of death behind heart disease and cancer. 5 people in my family have COVID right now, 2 sisters, 2 brothers-in-law, and a 5-year-old nephew. And yet this default on America's debt plan would actually try to claw back money that has already been appropriated for combating COVID-19 and promoting public health. So I've been to some weird hearings in this Congress, Mr. Chairman, but this one might be the weirdest because it's convened in order to accuse a federal agency of the crime of consulting with American citizens. Ms. Weingarten, you are the elected president of 1.7 million members of the American Federation of Teachers. You represent double the number of people any of us do, and definitely a lot more teachers. And I need some enlightenment right now because I'm baffled. As a member of the Select Subcommittee on COVID in the last Congress, I was involved in trying to address this plague when it started. And I remember this specific debate very precisely. So let's talk about process. No leader was more outspoken or more forceful than you were, Ms. Weingarten, in not only demanding, but developing specific strategies to safely reopen America's schools. I remember your school reopening plan developed with health and education experts released in April of 2020. I don't know if that's the one I remember. It's the first one I ever saw. It was in the middle of all the terror and panic when Donald Trump had no plan at all and was still spreading disinformation about COVID-19 disappearing by Easter and encouraging people to try quack medical cures and aggressively defending his friends in the Chinese Communist Party. In July, I remember the effort you led with the NEA, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the school superintendents to advocate for safe resumption of in-person school at the start of the 2021-2022 school year. And you gave a specific blueprint to reopen schools in November, and you continued all of this even after the CDC released its operational strategy in February of the next year. And when I went back to Google this to confirm my memory, I found nothing but a bunch of op-eds you wrote demanding school reopenings across the country, countless speeches and articles about your advocacy. Here's one I found in the New York Times about you with the headline, and I'd like to submit it for the record, "The union leader who says she can get teachers back into the schools." I don't know if you remember that one from February 8th, 2021. It's about how you were on the front lines of saying, let's get the kids back into school. So I'd like to submit that for the record, Mr. Chairman. Look, my question for you is, why are you, of all people, being scapegoated today by the Republicans for doing the exact opposite of what you were actually doing during all of that time? How did you get my friends mad?